Bonjour, I am Sandrine, the founder and leader of the Golden Age Spiritual Ministry. Together, we learn about the embodiment of our multidimensionality so we can reclaim our full sovereignty in this beautiful reality. My High Council and I are happy to welcome you into our movement of spiritual revolution. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new transmissions. Thank you for liking, commenting below and sharing this video. Show us your love.
Arcturus, it's a very, very interesting land. You will see it's very different from the Pleiades and also the Andromedan star system, because on Arcturus, from what I perceive myself in my own unique ways, the way I work with the Arcturians is that it's more kind of like bare land and kind of this fantastic fantasy reality, but it's more like mountains and crystal building. So it's like really tall building, very high, and it's like suspended bridges, and it's like all of these architecture and structure outside. So it's like in the land on Arcturus, I've never really perceived any other being like the Arcturians as such. And the Arcturians, like a little bit like the Andromedans, they kind of hover around the land. They are very, 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 very tall, and everything is telepathic. Everything is kind of really high frequency, and there's a lot of technology there. So they have a lot of different pods and chambers, and they love studying. They love making sounds, and they love exchanging frequencies. And it's very different from the Palladians, where they are all kind of in groups all the time, you know, like having these parties. Like Palladians have a lot of parties that make us think about like Lemurian parties, very strong connection there. And Andromedans, they get their buzz by studying, you know, and getting in depth and helping. So I love working with the Arcturians because it's very advanced intellect, very advanced intellect, and they like to co-create with us because it is their pathway of evolution. So for them, it's kind of like they have this formula to solve on how to teach this to human brains, which is like, okay, you have the very little pea-sized human brain, and then you have this huge information. How can we bring this information into a pea-sized human brain? They say it with love and light, but it is pretty much that. So basically, they get through this interaction, they advance in frequency, they advance intellectually because they advance through the heart portal, but also mostly through their intuitive centers, you know, like the brain. So they do all brain enhancement and so on. So it's kind of, this is the way I work with the Arcturians. And they have these chambers where they use sound frequencies, so they can place you in the middle, and then they start sounding, and they have huge, very advanced throat chakra. And interestingly is that the vibrations that come out of Arcturians is actually the vibration that's shining from their throat chakra. It's not really so much used by their mouth in a way, like usually I don't see them going like, oh, like this, like that. They just keep their face, but it's like the vibration is coming from their being. Their whole being vibrate the sound. And then they try to make me do that, and I'm with my little mouth. But it's really absolutely, literally mind-blowing to be visiting these places, because it's like they use crystals in these chambers when they sound, and the crystals are going to reverberate the sounds with different modular frequencies. And it's, again, like in Andromeda, they have this color frequency that we don't have on Earth. Well, and with Arcturians, they have all of these sound frequencies that we don't have here. So it's kind of like, I don't really hear them or see them, but I perceive them. It's beyond senses. It's really beyond all of that. And it's just literally frequency shift happening in the bodies. The more you start traveling in the quantum and connecting to your star races, the easier it gets for you to actually do that, you know? So I always encourage people to really ground and be in our own quantum space. And your own quantum space is like your sacred sanctuary, basically. Like it's a place like in your meditation practice where you feel comfortable and you feel really aligned, and basically you can completely relax there. And then from that place, you can very well start traveling and visiting the Palladians and then the Arcturians, and have one long meditation for yourself. So there are different techniques to co-create with star races, right? So we can go and visit them, and we can also welcome them in our field, in our quantum space, and sit in meditation. So the second is the most common. It is easier because they are close to us. So these leaders and then the team members that we have, they're basically very present in our field. So when we meditate and when we start tuning into the quantum, we can literally feel them here. I personally like to go every now and then and travel in different places. I have taken many people through, all the years I have worked as a psychic and as a channel and trance channel. And it's always wonderful because you will see that when we just start approaching the realm, you already feel the frequency shift. Every time you go back to certain places, and every time you co-create with team members, there are new gifts coming. So we are not spoiled children either. We just don't come like, bring me the gift all the time, because that's kind of not for creation. The gifts come when they need to come, but sometimes we just feel it. It's like something is coming. There's a shift in my life. Like if you know that you are shifting template, if you know that you're shifting reality, if you know that you are anchoring new work, like new pillars of your soul mission, it's very, very likely that you have some kind of quantum technologies or crystals of a frequency shift that are going to come to you as gift to help you on that pathway. Okay, so it's always co-creation. It's power, respect power. So we step into our power, and we also acknowledge that the beings that we work are extremely powerful, but they are also very kind, very compassionate. Some of the time they are very funny. When we see, for example, if they have a very strong sense of humor, like the Arcturians, to start with, I was like, these jokes sometimes they're a bit borderline, but they were so excited that it really helped me shift into this more playfulness, because I was like, well, actually they make a huge effort to make jokes, and sometimes it's a little bit bizarre, but I'm gonna laugh. And then since then, the relationship has grown closer, and we understand each other's sense of humor, and it has become really this lovely relationship.